Y'all, we've been struggling for 400 years to be seen, valued, and heard. And you want to call me sis? Hell no. Come and listen to my thoughts and my viewpoint, my perspective on this topic. Get in here. Happy Saturday to everyone. I'm just in the house. I do think that it's still COVID happening, and just for a lot of reasons, I've chose to just kind of stay safe and be at home. This does the impact of that is that I'm not outside curating experiences that have me taking that would have me taking Instagram photos to post for you fine people. But in my work of personal development, like really this work is the work. So it ain't as cute and stuff all the time, but I am really being asked to be in solitude, to take my life to the next level. And because I've decided and I've chosen that, like I pretty much am at home all the time and just chilling out. So thank you for stopping in. I'm not going to be long. I want you guys to continue to enjoy your day. But I just wanted to say, the title was really just to get you here. Beware of people that call you sis. We can use other words instead of beware, but I just want to give you my philosophy on it. And again, we have just been a people who, there was times where we couldn't even see our own reflection, our own face. There was no mirrors, there was no cameras, and if there was, we weren't allowed to take the pictures and to have the memories. Which is why when you go to the African American Museum, you see the very first pictures that were taken because people wanted to keep the memory in the moment and to have something to remember by. So always think about that when, words like sis or anything other than my name. I think about the people who didn't have the privilege to be able to say their name or to be able to remember who they are. And we do when we get a chance to do that. I also know we're really in this big woman empowerment type of space right now. And I do think that the opportunity is that we can learn about what actually is woman empowerment, because although I think we want to do something and we want to serve each other, we also need to make sure that we aren't continuously abusing that other woman. We're allowing a space for her to be seen, valued, and heard. And so oftentimes, even though I see a lot of women empowerment, I also see a lot of women talking negatively about the empowerment, saying that they don't necessarily feel that way in a lot of the spaces that deem women empowerment. And I can imagine, when someone calls me sis, hey sis, or, what's up with you sis? For me, it just reduces who I am and all that I have the work that I've done to become who I am. And even if you don't know me, I feel like calling me sis doesn't enter, a space for you to really get to know me more intimately. You want to sum me up as your good sis. But do you know me? Do you know what I have to offer? Do you know where I've come from, where I've been? There's so many things about me. Behind every face is a story, which is the first pillar of my company. There's so many nuances to me that is to Latoya Deshawn. And, one of the things that burns me up so much about this whole word sis is that, if you are my good sis, and we're talking about passing names in a room and giving people other opportunities. If you're not used to calling me Latoya Deshawn, then you might not call my name out in that room for an opportunity. Let's just be real. Or if you're not really intimate with me, but I have something to offer, you may not even really know my name, my qualifications, anything. It's just my good sis. Nah. That's not good enough. In wanting to be seen, valued, and heard, I want to know that you take the time to get to know who I am. And to start that is by knowing my name. It's the same way we see on the internet. Not only do people have a strong emphasis to know your name, but to know your pronouns, but to pronounce it correctly. There's a thing, and it's nothing wrong with that, to be identified the way you want to be identified. But in this case, that's also a group of people. This is individual, so you putting me in a whole group of my sis, yes, cis are black women. I'm going to assume that to be black women, right? We can extend that to women all over the diaspora, whatever that is. But we've already created that. I know cis means black women. So can we do more? And, call me LaToya Deshawn, right? LaToya Deshawn Washington, if we want to go full name, but LaToya Deshawn. Actually, if you got to know me, you would actually really know that no one really calls me LaToya. They call me Toya. Which again, I've been called since I was a child. I like it. My granddad used to call me Toyota, so I like Toya. It just kind of makes, it remind me of him. I had a short time with my grandfather. But again, when you discover the faces behind the story, then you can understand why I like being called Toya or LaToya Deshawn. But I don't need you to be like my sis, because are you my sis? I got 5 sisters. And like the sis that y'all be talking about, I don't know what the sis you're trying to be, or whatever it is, but I feel like I just want to be in relationship, in human connection with that woman and be curious about who she is, so that even as I reflect back, it's beyond cis. It's really about who she is, and just as a person, not just what she has to offer, but just who she is and how she comes to be confident, to be able to be transparent, for her to, even if she decides to be vulnerable, all those things. Like, I want to know her name. I don't want to be like sis. It's just not how I want to honor her for showing up and showing out, right? Especially when it's been so hard for Black people to be seen, valued, and heard in this world. Why would we now, when we have that, right? Remember, back in the day, I'm going to reiterate, we could not even take a picture. So we could not see our own reflection. There were no mirrors for us to partake in. We did not know what we looked like, So, and so from that respect, it's like, it's honorable for me. It's honorable for me when you address me by my name. Someone right here said, I'm a native and I never use the word sis unless a very close Black woman in my life who we both mutually consider family calls me sister, or sis has to be initiated and be comfortable by them. So, no, I understood that. And thank you so much for coming in on this conversation. And I love the fact that, like, what you're saying is, like, I still can pause for a moment to observe the situation and how I should go about it, but to just like automatically cis me, I think it just reduces whatever like the capacity of that relationship can be. I feel like it almost makes an assumption that like, oh, I see you, sis, but do you? Or are you really shutting me? Is that your moment to shut me? Because I just don't see any of like the impact of being called cis and how it's helping out women and what it's doing for women empowerment. Exactly. It's not mine to decide, right? We can have our opinions so much about identity and what that looks for, right? I'm simply talking about women, right? Which we know is controversial, but also we know that LGBTQIA and other groups are really fighting hard to just have their identity be seen. And at the core, they want to be seen, valued, and heard. And this is a group of people. So when you look at like the group, we human Black people, okay, Black women, all right, great. LGBTQ, this is a group, however you want to feel about it. It takes nothing to, you may not like something or it might make you feel uncomfortable, but you can still respect the space. Just respect the space. And a lot of times, if you just care to make an effort beyond automatically reducing someone, then I think that like there's just so much more to have there. So I don't know. And I don't even want to I don't want to make assumptions about really the women who do that. Like I said, I did this title to just get you in here. I can't answer the question to the certain woman who uses the word cis, but I really just want to challenge people to always know that the history matters. We matter. And there's nothing wrong with us getting intimate or with the people that we want to like also amplify and empower, you know. If you really know their story, you know their life or and all that goodness, like it'd be no problem remembering who they are. Okay, people are memorable if we take the time to tap into who they are. There are spaces for white people. There are a lot of spaces for white people, but what they're trying to do is just get into all the spaces, and you know, because the greediness and the selfishness is them is like, I have to have it all, you know, but God says we don't need to have it all. We just need to have what we need. And that is all. And you know, on that note, it is a Saturday after the Houston festival that Travis Scott played at, and my heart goes out to all of the victims who lost their life. There aren't spaces, they aren't welcome. Yeah. We allow, right? We meet you a human being. So if you want to come at a human being, like, we'll meet you there. I want to just, you know, to have a festival and to have 8 people die because people are bum brushing an already crowded place really shows the selfishness of people, really shows how you can see people and not see people, how you can just trample all over them. And my heart breaks for them. And I even shed a tear because even that is the worst of the worst, but metaphorically, how often do we do that all day to day? How often are we in the room and we're in the space and we still trample over someone else? We still not even try to see them or value them. We move right past them. The impact is that impact is death. But what is the impact on your life when that continues to happen to you? When no one sees you in a room and you yourself feel trampled, you know, by all the people in the room who call you sis but never really see you, right? Those people were all in the same space for the same thing. Yet, those people were not all aligned in how they take care of each other. So in taking care of each other, I want to honor people, you know, in their space, in their spaces. But I just think for me, don't call me sis. But if you do, like I said, I won't correct you because it doesn't take away from my day. It doesn't serve me to bother you in how you move and how you flow. But I just want to challenge you because I've done so much and not just what I've accomplished, but who I've become. I am so much more than a sis. I am Latoya Deshawn, child of God, who works her butt off to return back to herself, to look at my overall quality of life as the most important thing. And a large part of that is who I allow to be in it and to be intimate in my life. As I'm getting better, because I'm not all that great at it, remove it and find your people. And so that's really just all I wanted to say because I just see a whole lot of people sissing me. And, you know, I went through quite a personal transformation in the last few years. And, you know, people weren't there for the inside of it. But I'm sure they're going to try to reduce everything that I have gone through. But I know that it's 99% is not about me. So, again, even when people are doing that, I really want to know what's going on with them and just what's happening. But I've come too far, worked too hard to be your goddamn sis. Okay? Her name is Latoya Deshawn Washington. And when I get married, I'm sure it'll transition to something else. Whatever. I'm a human being, worthy of being seen, valued, and heard. Thank you, guys. And I was going to end there, but seen, valued, and heard, but respected just because of who you are. Right? It's levels to this. Seen, valued, and heard, and respected. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your Saturday. I know I sure will. Thank you to all who came by and stopped by. It is my honor to serve. There is a masterclass on November 17th to help you in the superwoman persona, so that if you want to get out of your own way, if you want to start believing in yourself and start creating a life of freedom, and positioning yourself for like personal and professional success, creating better relationships in your life, then go ahead and send me a DM saying that I want in. Then I'll send you your confirmation details and your first assignment to get you started. But that is along the lines of superwoman persona to me, of just like having to put on this act, this shell of a face. I want to end that, right? You've been serving everyone, yet being served the least. And I'm sure when you talking to your good sis, that's what I really want her to know. So, that she's been serving everyone, yet being served the least, not anymore. Send me a DM if you're interested in getting in the masterclass. I hope to see you there. You guys have a really great day.